Pistons going the wrong way.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to say that my Cincinnati Reds are in first place. They playing the Pirates tonight. It was a rain delay last I looked. B Dirt, we think we won 2 out of 3 against your Tigers the other day. We got Pays Cubs coming up Monday, I believe. So yeah, I mean, the Reds haven't won 20 games in a month. I mean, in the first month of the season in like 20 years or something. It's been a long time.
You almost swept us too. We had to pull it off on Sunday.
Yeah, you scored like 5 runs late to put it out of reach. But yeah, man. So shout out everybody. I mean, I heard Pay's voice. Still ain't seen his face yet. We're talking about
this is gonna be down 20. This is gonna be down 20 going into halftime. It's crazy.
You staying down 60 like the Hawks.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Last night, man. What happened to Atlanta last night, man? Pay you
Magic City.
But they lived here.
They got that ass bus.
You're like a deer in headlights, though.
They did. I mean, I figured you down there at home, right? You're not home in Chicago. You home in A?
Yeah, don't nobody care about the Hawks like that, though.
But what's the talk down there? We thought, hey, weren't they up 2-1 at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yep. They had won game 2 and 3, and then that was it.
Yeah, obviously that was it. But yeah, man. So, gentlemen, we here tonight. We're gonna talk about football. This our first time on the Homies since the draft, because the last time we were together was the week before the draft. And because last week was draft coverage and everybody was doing their own draft thing. Hey, which I watch you guys, man. Some good content, man. Like just the appropriate amount of comedy and satire and football breakdown, right? I mean, that was real good. You and Q. I got a clip from it. I really laughed at this and enjoyed the football context of it.
Wait a second. Wait 1 minute, Ryan Poles. Where is the edge rusher? With edge rusher, you got to stop falling in love with what these guys do at the combine. You're not running 40 yards on the field. You're not jumping to get to the quarterback. You're not bench pressing to get to the quarterback. Some of the edge rushing ability is innate. So looking around and saying F best player available, you might not get a guy that's going to beat out Austin Booker. What good is it if you draft Keldrick Fall and he can't beat out Booker or Montez Sweat? Problem with Bears fans is you all are so hung up on the penetration and not worried about the stimulation. At back 4 is the stimulation. Let me tell you something. The defense is like a woman's body. You can't just penetrate and get the results you want. Our defensive coordinator and our front office understands that. We're treating this defense like a woman's body. Sometimes you got to start at the back and work your way to the front. Or you got to start at the top and work your way. We all want to get to the same place eventually. It's not about how you get in there. It's how you start. And then you can finish up real quickly. Then you're in there and you're real good. You can confuse the quarterback. You ain't got to just penetrate and rush him right away and just sack it and get all hands-on with him.
For full episodes, subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Frustrated Chicago and the homie Q, man. That was some funny stuff, man. Good take. So we're real quick, because it's not here to talk about. What do you think about the Bears draft?
I'm assuming you're asking Pay.
I am.
What was the question?
I said, what do you think about the Bears draft real quick?
I thought they had a good Thursday, Friday. Saturday was, I wouldn't argue with somebody if they said Saturday was a lot of reaching, and they didn't really do anything Saturday. Saturday was more so project and special teams focused. I wouldn't argue with that. I mean, I see the vision, but Thursday I'm happy with. Friday started off good, and then I've been okay. I'm learning to get okay with the last pick they made on Saturday. Throw it out the window. I don't care about Saturday. I mean, I don't care. I didn't watch that. I mean, I didn't watch the draft on Saturday. I was like Mike Vrabel. Call me Pay Vrabel. I was away from the draft. I mean, I wasn't
doing therapy.
Oh, I wasn't. No, I wasn't in therapy. I was, I was just outside.
Okay. No, I like the first pick. I like the Finneman pick. I like that pick a lot. You guys essentially let Brisker go and got Finneman. Probably got a probably got a better player overall as a first rounder, right? Brisker wasn't. But the Steelers, we're happy with Brisker. So coming back home, we'll see what that looks like. But B Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, what was going on, man? Shout out to you. Last week, you celebrated your anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
First year anniversary. I was beautiful wedding. Pay and I were both there last year. Seems that year went by fast, man.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah, it did.
For sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you got
it was wild.
y'all didn't have no kids, but you got 2 more dogs, French bulldogs, which are like kids.
We only got one last year. We got one last year.
Oh, you got one right before you got married.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit before. But, yeah, so there's four dogs total now. A little bit much.
Okay. And Lamar, we got to give everybody their flowers. You this week, big grandpa, Paw.
My
How
baby.
was the time spending with your granddaughters, man? Are they going to be Browns?
You better believe it. Wouldn't happen no other way.
Is that a grandfather's choice?
Like that.
Yeah, Papa choice.
Okay, what'd you say, Pay?
Don't do that to them babies.
Yeah, I know, right? You telling the truth.
Let's try to get them on the right path. At least let's try.
Yeah, Ohio State, all good though, fam.
Yeah, you already know that.
I mean, because we're from Ohio, but we like you remember your dad was a student at Ohio State when we was young. He would take us there to watch the games from the towers and stuff. In his dorm room, we could look right down the horseshoe.
Yeah, remember that.
Like them experiences built our Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike B Dirt was turned against the Buckeyes because he felt like Buckeye was being mean to Michigan fans when he went to Ohio State Michigan party.
Yeah.
Is that how it happened to be Dirt?
Fans were trash.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
We definitely
I was like 8 or 9 years old. My father used to tell me the story, but I just went to him at halftime and was like, I don't like the way these fans treat the other people. Can I root for the other team? So sure, go ahead. I had a Ohio State jersey on. I took it off. A white T-shirt underneath. Went over. They grabbed a marker. I put a block M on it. Never turned back.
Wow.
And fast forward about 6-7 years later, I wasn't old enough to drive, so I was 14, 15. We were at a Michigan Ohio State game at the Horseshoe. It was one of the years Ohio State should have throttled Michigan, and Michigan somehow pulled off the upset. We're walking out, and some 60-some-year-old woman probably yelled at me to go back where I came from. I said, I am Lima, Ohio. She threw a half-eaten hot dog at me, and her husband got in my face. And my dad, got in his face and separated us. And when we got back in the car, my dad said, I'm a Michigan fan now, too. And that was it.
Getting a chewed up glizzy thrown at you was wild.
Hey, at least no ketchup. It was just mustard. So the yellow that splattered on my Michigan jersey kind of fit in. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You gotta take your wins where you get it.
Hey, before we get started, one last thing, B Dirt. Tell us about your shirt, man. And for those listening to audio, it says I'm white, but not that white. I like it.
What's that?
No, I like it, but I mean, to you, what's it mean? What's it mean? Let us know.
It means I don't put raisins in my potato salad. It means that I season my food.
Good answer.
You know what I mean? That's what it means. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's actually I found the company online. Well, the company found me because Meta. But I found it online. It's a black woman-owned company that does the T-shirts. So I ordered it. I thought it was fun.
Oh, okay.
I know, Pay. I started looking at them, and it's funny because there was almost all of the T-shirts were about white people being accepted in the black community, and I was like, "This is wild," but I ordered it. Fun, good stuff.
Okay, so there's the white that you're with, and there's the other white. But where's the white of the pure? Where's that Colombian white? That Miami Scarface white? Is that on this side or on that side? I need to know where I'm trying to grade it.
I don't know which side you find that white on. I don't look for that white. I stay away from that white.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
All right.
It's
So it's
not,
all the
that's
way
not
that
my,
way.
It's
Okay.
not my type of white.
All right.
All right. Well, with that being said, y'all, we're gonna talk about the AFC North draft. We'll go ahead, go to the intro. First, let me shout out some of the folk in the live chat real quick, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in with us. We certainly appreciate everybody. We got B Dirt in the building. We got our boy Pickens, Big Dummy. Brent Howe, what up? What up? Boo in the building. Mother of Afton. Miss Kathy, thanks for tapping in. We got Tim Lyons running through the jungle's very own. Tim Lyons in the building. Shout out to the homie Tim. J. Steve. Ty, what's up, man? Thanks for tapping in. Cold Clay checking in out in Cali. What's good, Ty, once again? Yeah, I guess you're talking about the Phoenix Suns. They definitely got smoked. Tate B. Dirt Pay Lamar, everyone. That's J. Steve. Okay. Mr. Woodsy in the building. Thanks for tapping in. Bigfoot Bob, what up? Man, this dude, he must be talking about Q. He said this dude horny.
Sure.
Must be talking about the homie GQ's take on frustrated child sportsman. Hey, check that out though.
I got some serious like Key Sweat vibes. I don't know what it was, but I got some Key Sweat vibes.
Danny Jr. in the building. Trying to run through it. Bears got thin and thin. Black and Gold, Christine, Black and Gold. Boo likes that pick, Pay. Craig Lawson here. Trying to make sure I'm trying to get everybody. Afton, happy anniversary to B Dirt. Let's see. I think we about caught up. People just keep commenting, but nobody that I've noticed is new that I haven't. Oh, we got Devil's Media Hub in the building. What's good with you, man? What's good? Thanks for tapping in. Definitely know we appreciate you for joining us on a Friday night. All right, let's go ahead and get to the intro and get back. We'll take our first break right before the intro. Right after the intro, we'll go ahead and get started with this thing. So if you listen on audio, stay with us. We're not going anywhere. If you listen on YouTube, if you listen to audio, we are going. So we're out here a few words from our partners and advertisers. I'm sorry. We'll be right back after this. So stay with us, homies.
Yeah. Friday night. Yeah. You rolling with the homies. Sports talk with a twist. We keep it real only. Ain't talking that baloney. We speaking the facts. Sports news going on. We talking about that. Tank, Pay, and Dirt. We gon' bring the noise. Friday nights are better when you hang with the boys. Yeah.
Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
You gonna learn. Oh yeah, you gonna learn.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
You need anything at all, I drop it off for y'all if my homies call.
Everybody, thanks for tapping into a Homies Friday night with the homies, myself, Pay, Dirt, and Lamar in the building. We got Browns representation once again, a true Cleveland Browner in the building. Been one for, man, at least 40 years, 45 years probably.
Yeah, more like.
Damn. With that being said, man, in my personal IMO, my personal opinion, right? I think the Browns had the best draft, man, out the division, maybe in the league, right? I mean, really, they had a great draft.
2 straight years. 2 straight years. Really good draft.
Yeah, hey, so all y'all yinzers out here that be trying to clown the Browns all the time, please stop. Because one of these days they can start whooping us, and y'all see that's why you don't talk about.
You're going too far. You're going too far.
You go too far.
The Browns.
Doing too much.
See, Pay even go there. He only got nothing to do with the rivalry. Just like you talk about Green Bay. You had your years, right? Like y'all had last year.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I don't hate the Browns. I just keep it a buck. They did have a great draft. Not as good as the draft last year, but like, hey, but what you said is facts. Eventually, those drafts do stack up. I mean, we saw he likes the Lions after so many good drafts, and then next thing you know, they got Megatron and Stafford, and they handle business. Yeah, good things eventually start to happen. But it's the Browns we're talking about. So let's see it first.
Pump your brakes, huh?
Okay, I mean, I can get in and respect all that. I can get in and respect all that.
I was very happy they got another quarterback.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he's there to develop and compete. You think about it, and I'll let Lamar go ahead. I'm trying to get some off my damn computer screen. But
I defended the pick. People were trying to trash it. I defended it. If I had
Warren tabs are hard to close.
Listen, if I had a history of Cleveland Browns quarterbacks, I would draft one every year until I got it right. Like somewhere in there, I would just take a shot at one.
Right.
If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you keep drafting until you find one.
That's right.
I actually had us getting Nussmeier late in the not Nussmeier, but remember the quarterback y'all. What's his name from that y'all got?
Aller.
Yeah, I actually had us getting Aller late.
That's the quarterback I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I like Taylor Green though.
I like Taylor Green. I like him with Todd Monken because he coached Lamar Jackson about 3 or 4 years too. So
yeah,
he's gonna help develop what that look like, man. But let's go to the Browns draft, man. I'm going to put it up on the screen, T, and you, like I said, pick 3 players you want to talk about, and then talk about. Let us know what you think, how they fit, will they play much next year, all that kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
I mean, you can go down each pick, and then you can just talk about the 3 you want to talk about. But here goes. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Go ahead and let us know what y'all did.
Well, the 3 I want to talk about is obviously Spencer Fano, EMW. I like him, and then probably Denzel Boston. Those are 3 I want to talk about. Do I just start talking about all 3 of them, or do I talk about one and then pass it to y'all? Or
No. You go ahead and talk about the Browns draft. Talk about your 3 picks you want to talk about. And just for the audience, the Browns in the first round picked tackle Spencer Fanu, wide receiver Casey Concepcion. In the second round, they picked wide receiver Denzel Boston. In the second round, they picked safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of the University of Toledo. Is it Austin Barber? Is he what position does he play?
He's a tackle, left tackle out of Florida.
Left tackle out of Florida. And then keep going. Tell me about the other guys on the right.
Yeah, then Parker Brailsford, center for Alabama. And then we got Justin Jefferson, a linebacker out of Alabama, who was second in tackles on that team with 82. And then Joe Royer out of Cincinnati, who was 2024 All Big 12. And then he broke Travis Kelce's receptions record for a season. And then, of course, we just got done talking about Taylor Green, the crazy athlete out of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then Carson Ryan, tight end out of BYU. So, yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk. And I'm going to take the graphic down so we can see you. Go ahead and talk about any other player that you want to talk about, man.
Well, obviously, I mean, it's going to be Spencer Fano because, I mean, the problems we had on the offensive line last year was just that was some of the worst offensive line play I've ever seen watching football. I mean, from little league up, it was just that bad. So we addressed it, in the offseason. And I mean, that kid, man, he just a freak athlete, man. And that's the main position that we needed, the left tackle to that was the last piece of the puzzle, so to speak, because we did address the rest of the offensive line, and he was just the final piece to that puzzle. So now, and then also, with the pick we got out of Florida, we got another backup. So it should be fun, with that offensive line this year. Shador and Quinshawn them won't be running for their lives as soon as they get to touch the rock. So yeah, I'm just
So what's the line? Because you guys picked up a lot of free agents and made a trade for Titus Howard. What's the line look like?
Yeah. Well, we still got DeJuan Jones over there at left tackle, but we don't know if he can stay healthy. That's been a big problem with him. But he lost a lot of weight. They saying he looking good this offseason, but we don't know. We did get you, and then we still got Zach Zenner at guard from Michigan, who ain't panned out yet. He ain't look good, but he's still
talented because he was talented in Michigan.
He was good at Michigan.
You liked him a lot, I think.
He was good at Michigan. Then on the right side, we got Titus Howard. I think we got him out of Houston.
Traded for him.
Yes, Zion Johnson
from San Diego. From
San Diego. Yeah. Elton Jenkins. I think we got him from Green Bay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play center.
Yeah. So and there's a couple guys, that's interchangeable that can play a couple different positions. Like Spencer Fano actually knows how to play right tackle as well. That was actually his original position. He sacrificed that because somebody else wasn't as good as that, on that other side. So he went over there and played that. But yeah, we addressed that line. So we're gonna see what happens.
My only question would be, you Titus Howard just got paid $60 million, like $20 million a year, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna play. Money say he's gonna play. DeJuan Jones, though, you say he's back. I know he's out of Ohio State. He's a big guy. You say he got in shape. He lost weight. Is it a battle between him and Fanu? Because they picked up all these free agents again. Johnson from the Chargers, they paying him like $48 million for 3 years, I believe.
Yeah.
That's like $16 a year. And you got signed Jenkins as a free agent. So to me, them three signees, they got to play. The money say they're going to play.
Yeah, they got to play. And
when you look at that other side, you got two positions, right?
Yeah, I mean, DeJuan Jones is not playing on a guaranteed contract right now, so he in jeopardy.
Right, okay. So he's expendable. He can bitch because he's like a third or fourth round pick anyway.
Right. Yep. So he's if the season started today, Spencer would be our starting left tackle.
Oh, okay. And who's the guard beside him? Or who's the fifth guard? I know you got Zion.
The guard is Elton Jenkins.
Well, I thought he's gonna play center.
To be honest, I don't know who's gonna play center because we still have center from last year. I can't think of the name, but we from Ohio State. We still got a center that came back this on the roster from last year, who's going to be in the rotation as well. And so we don't know who's going to be playing center right now. So we're going to have to wait and see on that.
So
okay,
our lads has the depth chart listed as Elgton Jenkins first, Parker Brailsford the rookie second, Luke Whippler is the third.
But that's at center, right?
Yeah,
at center, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So does it have anybody who's at the guard opposite?
Left guard or right?
Well, I know Johnson's playing one of the guards.
So Johnson's playing left guard. His backup right now is Kendrick Green.
Oh, y'all got him. He's a Pittsburgh failure draft pick.
And then Tevin Jenkins is backed up by Zach Zenner.
Oh, so Jenkins not gonna start?
I think he's gonna start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Jenkins gonna be your center.
No, Tevin Jenkins. There's two Jenkins.
Yeah,
Tevin.
Elgton is at center. Tevin is at right guard.
And I'm saying it's gonna be Jenkins and then Fanu. To me, I mean, if that's got Brailsford in second, he's a rookie.
Fanu's on the other side.
Fanu's on the left side
with Johnson.
Okay. So
Titus Howard's on the right.
Yeah, we know Howard's starting though. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and your other pick, you said Denzel Boston and McNeil Warren. Tell us about them.
Yeah. Denzel Boston, big receiver, man. 6'4". I think he like 225 or something like that.
Yeah, the Steelers were heavily looking at him, but go ahead.
Great hands.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's obvious that was one of the positions that needed to be addressed by the Browns. It's been a long time that we actually drafted a receiver high in the draft. Jerry Jeudy, rock hands. Didn't have nobody running with him last year. Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, cats like that. So we looking forward. I could have easily put KC Concepcion as my other third guy to use, but there's only 3 allowed. So I'm excited to see what Boston's gonna bring because we didn't have that type of receiver where if we needed a big play, we can go to him and count on him to make a play. Other than Harold Fannin, that was all we had back there catching passes that was reliable. So we think we can rely on this young cat and we count on them to get in there and play. A lot of our early picks, they're gonna see the field. They're not gonna be sitting around watching. Concepcion will probably be on the special teams, and he gonna be on the field too, playing in the slot. So but Boston will definitely be on the field this year and hopefully be making some plays. Now we got a line that we think we have a line that can give Shador or Deshaun some time.
Yeah,
I like y'all's wide receiver room. I think you might actually contend. This might be kind of like a hot take to you all, but I actually think Cleveland has an opportunity to have the second best wide receiver room in this division this year.
They could. I mean, I think everybody knows the Bengals are number 1 at that position, and the Ravens don't even rank.
Along with that pay, and it might be time to start thinking about a preseason pay dirt because I've already sprinkled a little money on a couple guys for offensive rookie of the year. One of them is Concepcion. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see. I know they said he had some problems with his, drops and stuff like that. But one thing I did consider with that, even before I saw, them talking about how he dropped passes, was that he had a 42% off target catch rate, and the guy that was throwing them passes, man, he really wasn't a real accurate quarterback. I can't think of that quarterback name at Texas A&M.
Oh, they couldn't even score no points against Miami in the playoffs. They was
Miami, and that quarterback looked terrible. So you got to consider that. Now he got a professional quarterback throwing to him, which I think will be a little bit better. We ain't got no proof.
Texas A&M starting quarterback last year?
Oh, that's supposed to be muted.
Oh,
he asked the Google machine something live on television.
That would be one Marcel Reed.
Yeah, that's it. That's him. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to the Google machine, always with the answers. But yeah, man. Okay, I like the Browns draft. I think they did really well, and we just gotta see what Monken does, man. I mean, all right, well, let's go on to the next one. We keep. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you gotta talk about McNeil Warren. Go ahead.
Yeah. The last one. I know y'all ready to go, so let me get this last one out the way. This was probably my favorite pick. He was actually projected to be a first-round pick, but I think the influx of the interior lineman getting drafted this year kind of pushed him back. But EMW, man, got in. He got y'all
gave him that nickname already in Cleveland.
Already.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just a ball hawk. I mean, he got good size. He's like 6'3", something like that, 215. He had 4 fumbles, like 3 interceptions. He just a ball hawk, man. And back there, our defense wasn't too bad last year. We ranked 4th last year. So, he's gonna be a great addition back there with
Starter.
I'm sorry. I think eventually
he better than Ronnie Hickman right now. Don't mean he start right first game, but he better than Ronnie Hickman.
He better than Ronnie Hickman. Yeah.
And Delpit's still back there too, right?
Delpit back there along with Tyson Campbell and Denzel on the corners. So he would definitely get some wreck though. But I like him. I like the kid. Like I said, he's a ball hawk. He's a hitter. He ain't scared to go in there and lay that wood. So hopefully he can help us out.
Hey yo.
Yeah, lay that wood, man. We pause and no diddy them. You know we kids over here.
I forgot. Yeah. My bad. He's a hard hitter.
Oh, it's all good.
Can I even say that?
Yeah, that's questionable. Well, you know.
No diddy.
You got to chill.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, you guys got any quick question each for Lamar, or you really move on?
Congratulations on getting Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I had thought that I was one of the targets for the Bears at 25. I think he's the number 3 safety. He's a baller, but safeties did fall in this draft. So you all got a steal with him. Like I said, I like this draft. See what you do with it. Everything always boils down to what you do under center. So we will see what they do.
You're right.
Well, that's true. I mean,
perfect for me.
Don't fire Andrew Berry. He's doing his job.
Yeah, I think it was Deep Podesta that was hindering, because as soon as Deep Podesta left, Berry had a good draft last year. As soon as Deep Podesta left, so he got 2 in a row.
That's 2 years in a row. He by himself. Deep Podesta was even a baseball guy at one time too, wasn't he?
Baseball guy. That's what kind of stuff Browns do, though.
Moneyball.
But yeah, B Dirt.
Pistons.
The Pistons coming back. That'll make
no, they're not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what, 12? Whatever.
I have it at 10.
Hey, B Dirt. The Bengals picks, man.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and run down the list. You guys didn't have that many picks, but and tell us about 2 you like, and tell us about what your boy Dexter Lawrence gonna do for that defense this year.
Yeah, so essentially Dexter Lawrence was our 10th pick, right? So
right.
He would have been the best defensive tackle in this draft class if he was in this draft class, obviously, but he's 28. We in our second round, we got Cassius Howell, edge out of Texas A&M. Third round, Takario Davis, tall corner out of Washington. Probably played his best ball the year before, Arizona. Round 4, Connor Lew, center at Auburn. He probably would have been the number 1 center taken if he wouldn't have blown out his ACL in October. And then later in the 4th, Colby Young, wide receiver, Georgia, tall, 6'4", 218, wide receiver.
I heard about him.
Then round 6, we did not have a 5th, 6th. We had Brian Parker, center for Duke. I don't know why he's listed as a center. He played left tackle for Duke. He played center in high school.
Nerd.
So he played both tackle positions. Most likely will get kicked to guard to start off his pro career, but can play all 5 positions, will be an emergency backup center. Round 7, Jack Endries, the tight end from Cal that transferred to Texas last year. Again, here's a 6'6", 265-pound guy. Can do inline blocking or run a good route tree. And round 7 with the Pat Tillman pick at 226, we took a defensive tackle out of Navy, Landon Robinson. Undersized, more of a 3 technique, but really strong cat at 290, and played at 293, and he's been working a lot with a guy named Aaron Donald. So hopefully that will help. But yeah. So overall, I was pretty pleased with the draft.
And I want you to tell us about this guy, but I think the tight end Andrews out of Texas was a lightweight steal, because he was ranked higher than the 7th round in all the projections I saw.
Agreed, but he wouldn't be my top 3 people I would talk about, just because of the immediate impact. I don't think is as big as some other things, and I think he's just going to be a solid player, right?
Right.
I don't want to talk about Dexter Lawrence. We have, and a lot of people have. So mine is Cassius Howell at 41. You guys know I was screaming for Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker. We didn't address linebacker in the draft whatsoever, but we did a lot more of best available player, which I'm okay with. Hopefully they get a chance to bring in somebody else at linebacker just to be a little bit of a veteran presence. But Cassius Howell, SEC player of the year, 11 and a half sacks, production. You guys watched me crash out last year live when we were all together in South Carolina because they take a guy with no production when they can't do that. They have to have people with proven production. So that was number one reason why I like the pick. Number two reason why I like the pick, he's more of a 3-4 outside edge. So with some of the moves we've made, getting a guy that can, two guys now that anchor the center of a 3-4 nose tackle. And now we got a couple guys that can rush from the edge with him and Mafe, more of a linebacker 3-4 type edge. I'm wondering if we're going to see some different packages where we switch up the defense a little bit. That kind of excites me because it's just been base 4-3 for years. So that was the first one. And then 2 and 3 that I want to talk about was the Bengals had pick 110 and traded down with the Jets. They traded their 110 and 199 for 128 and 140. And I thought at 128, they got probably who they were going to take anyway. With Connor Lew, we need Ted Karras' heir apparent. And I think that's a guy that can be that and can be an instant backup because we cut our backup in Matt Lee. So I like that at center. At 140, Colby Young, a lot of upside. I've been calling him Temu Higgins. Lot of possible upside as far as talent. At Miami, you saw more flashes of it than you did in Georgia because of off-the-field issues and because of a broken leg. But to his credit, the kid came back from the broken leg and made it back to play, in the playoffs. So I'm pretty excited about that kind of stuff. But I don't think you need to take him at 40 there. You can take him, I think, at 189. I don't know that he falls at 221, but I think at 189, he's still there. At 140, knowing how much help we needed at defense or guard, or even if you wanted to make more of a splash at running back, you had Billy Schrauth, the guard from Notre Dame there. You had Chandler Rivers, nickel corner out of Duke, still there. You had Nick Singletary, running back from Penn State. Adam Randall, running back, 6'3", 232. If you wanted to do that, a big guy and a small guy in the backfield there. He ends up going to Baltimore at 174. And probably my one that I really got hung up on here that we could have had at 140 was Jalen Kilgore, safety out of South Carolina. Plays with a little bit of violence. I like that guy a lot. I probably don't do the Colby Young deal. I think Colby Young's upside is being a solid number 3 in the league. I think one of these guys could have helped him.
Yeah, Steelers got a lot of picks if I went down that road. But no, I even like Colby Young, man. I mean, I heard a lot of good stuff about him. I know he's an upside play, but I think he can be legit number 2 upside at some point.
Over T. Higgins.
I'm not saying he start. I'm saying, but don't just because you got a 3, that's a could be a 2B. It means he's better than a regular 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's my thought. And he's like 6'2", 6'3",
6'4", 218.
6'4". Oh yeah, see, yeah, no, I like that.
Literally almost identical as T. Higgins. As far as size.
He's going, it might not be this year. He's going to pass Isievich. Ain't that the dude name?
So that's the reason why I got a text message from our buddy Mod. It was like, why are you taking a wide receiver? Well, because Yoshivas is on his last year of his contract, and he had a little bit of the drops last year. I knew at some point in time they would like to address wide receiver if available. Was surprised this was the way it went. I'm glad they got somebody that wasn't just a slot receiver, though, like a 5'8", 5'9" slot guy. That's not what I wanted. So I think Joe Burrow does a lot of really good stuff with accuracy on back shoulder passes and contested catch stuff, trusting his guys and putting it in a spot where only they can catch it. So I like that part.
I think you guys had a good draft for what you had, especially when you put Dexter Lawrence in the mix. That defense will be a lot better next year. I'm not worried about the offense as long as Burrow can stay healthy. Lamar Pay, I got a question for B Dirt before we take our last break and then go on to the Ravens and the Steelers.
Nah, not at all.
All right, if you're watching on YouTube, stay with us. We're not going anywhere. If you listen on audio platform, to take one more break, hear from our partners and advertisers one more time. I'm not sure what ads are going to come up, but it's some stuff you need to purchase. And definitely tap into all the different podcasts. You got Fans First Run Through the Jungle here, Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan, and definitely the Steel Curtain Network. And visit the Steel Curtain Network website for lots of good articles and stuff like that. The website has a lot of information you don't get on just the podcast. So, like I said, if you're watching, we're not going anywhere. If you're listening, we right back after you hear these few messages. We'll be right back. And we're back on the Homies Friday night with the Homies.
I do have one more comment about the draft. I didn't get to go. Originally, I had a special guest that was going to show, and we were going to go down to the Thursday and Friday. That didn't happen. But for everything I'm hearing, the feedback, Pittsburgh showed out, did a great job with the draft. Everybody's been saying good things. Now, that said, I did have a gift for my special guest for the draft, and I don't know how to get. I'm gonna have to get that address now and get that sent out to him. But yeah,
that's nice.
I don't know.
It is nice.
It's one of those things, you know.
Yeah, he's a grown man too.
It's a Loveland jersey, and it's Chicago Bears.
That's right.
I'm guessing
the Michigan one is over here signed on the wall. It ain't going there.
That kind of thing.
That was on. Is that why you got that for him? Because he's a Michigan player and plays for the Bears?
Well, of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just waiting on somebody from Ohio State to go to the Steelers so I can get my jersey. Or Michigan.
Badass.
Roman Wilson. I want a Roman Wilson jersey. He changed his number to 14.
If Roman Wilson has the year Loveland had, done.
It's a gag.
All right. I can respect that part of it because Roman Wilson might not be a Steeler this year or next year.
He changes his number to 14 though, which is what he wore at college.
Yeah, that's what I just said. We don't listen to me when I'm talking, I guess. But I just said
I
said I just said it, but that's cool.
And you know it.
But Pay, man, what's up with this Baltimore Ravens draft? Let's keep this thing moving, man. Baltimore Ravens draft is there. You can go ahead and run it down and then talk about the three players.
Who the hell? You old people, leave AI alone. But let me show you how this is done.
You've seen that before. That looked like you, man.
That looked like Mike Tomlin. That looked nothing like me.
That's AI Pay. You look like Najee Harris, though. I don't think he's in the league anymore, but go ahead.
All right, so the Baltimore Ravens draft, I can just tell you right now, Eric DeCosta owed me some money because I did their draft for him when we did these two mocks. They showed a clear emphasis on adding physical bulk and overhauling that offense. They used 6 of their 8. They used 6 of their first 8 selections on that side of the ball. Offense. DeCosta, I'm gonna say it again. He owes me some money. First thing they did immediately, the first thing I did in both our mocks, he solidified the trenches. He went ahead and got Vega at the 14th overall pick. He's an obvious, immediate impact player. You can plug him in right now. He's a good run blocker for this offense. And with Derrick Henry on the squad, you need to keep that beast fed. You keep that run game well oiled because I mean, you don't know how many years left you got with Derrick Henry, so you want to make sure it is in your tip-top shape for you to be able to run the ball and control the clock, something the Ravens be somehow struggling to do at points. They also, in the second round, they went and got Zion Young, pick 45. The front office was very happy that he failed to them because they had him as a first-round grade.
Is this your way to talk about? You want to talk about the first 3, or you just gonna run down the list and talk about the 3 you want to talk about?
Just if you let me, I can finish this a lot faster than everybody else. I'm not gonna give you 20 minutes like our Browns guy. Just go ahead and just lay out. What was I? Oh yeah. second round pick. PFF had him at an 84 overall. A lot of people compared him to Jadeveon Clowney. Speed, power, aggressive. He can defend the run. I like the way he's going to fit into Jesse Minter's scheme. You put him alongside Trey Henderson and Mike Green, rotate him in and out. No Diddy. That might turn out to be a very good pick for them. One of the things that I was happy to see, they double dipped on pass catchers. Now, one of the things Lamar Jackson does need is reliable big body targets outside the numbers, right? So they went ahead and got Elijah Surratt and Jacoby Lane, as you all see them right there in round 3 and round 4. Two really big wide receivers. Lane might have been a bit of a reach because some people had him outside of the pick 4, more of a round 5 type of guy, but he's 6'4". He's a vertical above the rim threat. I mean, if you reach for him, yeah, you should get the shade that you deserve to get for a reach. However, but if it works out for you, hey, no one's going to care at that point, right? Surratt, he also complements this because he's not only he's big, pause, but he's got reliable hands and he has a very good ability to work the power slot. So you like those type of moves. And DaCosta, he was true to his word. He said he was going to draft 2 tight ends, and he did just that. He got SMU's Matthew Hibner and Alabama's Josh Cuevas. So a lot, like I said, they had a plan in this going into this draft. They were going to address some offensive needs. They was going to address some things from a skill position point of view and address some things from a big body point of view. Now, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to be a steal. Chandler Rivers. Now, he did come from a nerd school, probably the nerdiest school you can ever imagine outside of Harvard. He's from Duke. He's a cornerback from over there. A lot of people saying that this is going to be, he's a scrappy guy. I don't know anything about Duke football players, but they say he's a scrappy guy. He might mess around and be a key contributor, maybe on special teams for the early parts of his career. But he might mess around and be one of those rotational guys in the back 5 that makes his presence known. I'm gonna keep an eye out for him. Now, let's talk about where the Ravens failed in this draft. What was the big thing the Ravens did this offseason? They lost Tyler Linderbaum, right? They did not draft a center at all. So you can partially blame the Ravens for that. I mean, because usually that's how you do that. Oh, man, you didn't draft what you obviously needed. I don't think any team outside of I don't think most teams drafted for need. I think most people went best player available. There was a run on centers in the second round, and it kind of beat the Ravens out. So at that point, you say, do I want to reach for a center or do I just want to go ahead and get BPA? I think I commend the Ravens for sticking to their plan. However, not getting a center does need to be talked about at some point. You know what I'm saying? So now that they lose Tyler Linderbaum and don't replace him with anybody, in the pipeline, now it sounds like they're going to have to do a musical chair situation at that position, which is probably one of the worst things to have a Benny Hill situation going on. You don't want to do that at center. Your center's got to be lockstep with the quarterback, got to be lockstep with everybody on that offensive line, one band, one sound type of deal. But, to each, you got to do what you got to do at this point. So I mean, I think the Ravens had a decent draft. I mean, I don't think anybody had a terrible draft outside of the Packers, but they addressed some needs, but they didn't address the central need that they had coming into the draft. So, 6 in one hand, half dozen the other. What y'all got? Oh, something else. But this has nothing to do with the draft, so I'll hold that to later. But what y'all think about the Ravens draft?
I have a 3-pack myself that'll go very quickly. I have 3 compliments about this. 1, Chandler Rivers. Mike Hilton is my comp for him. I like that pick. I think he's a guy that's going to be a good slot corner and get blitz off the edge here and there and do some fun things in Minter's offense. Wide receivers, with what you had exit with Isaiah Likely exiting as tight end, And with you, the only thing the Ravens have ever done as far as addressing only having Zay Flowers is a very good wide receiver, but he is slight of built, smaller guy. I like getting a guy 6'4", 200 and a guy 6'2", 210. I thought that was very good. Third and final comment, Benny Hill, great reference on center. I like that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I like their draft. I don't even like the picks. I was gonna mention the receivers myself. I think they're necessary, but they give Lamar Jackson targets, right? So I mean, he can go down the field. They're not explosive guys. They don't scare me from like Casey Concepcion would or the Bengals wide receivers. That's why I said we brought up the receivers earlier. That the Ravens improved, but they still were so far below the line as far as the division goes. The Steelers were too last year, but I think the Steelers' 2 additions keeps them above the Ravens as far as receiver room goes.
Those guys aren't twitchy. Those wide receivers are not twitchy and straight line speed, but both of those wide receivers are great at contested catches.
Yeah. I thought they did really good with with the interior guys they got, and then like y'all talking about the skilled players they got. They might not be the fastest and big plays, but with that line, they won't be able to keep them chains moving.
Yeah, but that's why I said they don't scare me. But yeah, they're definitely good players. I mean, I'm not knocking that at all. Really nice. But I mean, I would be more scared with Lamar Jackson with another dude, not built like Zay Flowers, but with that speed. You know what I mean? That's all I'm talking about. But let's go on to the Steelers draft. We talked about it kind of in exhaustion all the past week.
Super chat.
So I'll go to you guys. You guys just can ask me questions. Got a super chat from the homie Claude. Thanks, B Dirt. He got me for missing one of his super chats last week, so I don't want to miss none of Claude's. Claude says, "Pay B Dirt and Lamar. You guys already know which team will win the AFC North. So why talk like you got a chance?" Thanks for the $5 super chat, Claude.
Segue to the Steelers.
Perfect segue. So, real quick, the Steelers draft, and we were all over the place. We all know how the first round played out. We got Maxie Honeyshore, offensive tackle in the first round, Jeremy Bernard in the second, quarterback Drew Aller in the third, Dalen Everett, cornerback George in the third, Jennings Dunkers, one of my best value pick, got him in the third round, traded up from 99 and 96, I believe, and took him. Gonna play guard. Caden Wedgen, I think, was a reach. Is a great return, 2-time All-American out of Iowa, return guy, but I think that's a reach. I like Riley Nowakowski, H-back, tight end out of Wisconsin. Like him a lot. He might have went around early. I think Gabriel Rubio, defensive tackle out of Notre Dame, was a legacy pick, and the draft was in Pittsburgh. Let's get a Pittsburgh guy. They got their best Pittsburgh guy with the last pick, Eli Heinderreich. What's his position? He played running back and wide receiver. They call him the snipe position in Navy, where he lines up, in the slot back at running back and kind of like an H-back position. And Robert Spears Jennings, the pick before Eli in the 7th, is a safety out of Oklahoma. Big guy, fast in the 4.3s. Is a hitter with not a good tackler. So that's the Steelers draft. Everybody here that's watching, the Steeler fans and watching us follow Steeler content and stuff like that, they know. But going to you guys, any questions regarding the Steelers draft? I don't feel like I have to break it down. Only answer a few questions if you guys have any.
Yeah, I was incredibly shocked on Thursday at the Steelers draft. Incredibly shocked. I just knew if I was on Kalshi, I would have put money that Aaron Rodgers would be the one calling out your draft pick on Thursday night. Instead, it was Jerome Bettis. I just knew this was all a rollout. This was all a rollout for the draft being in Pittsburgh. Like, oh yeah, so we're gonna bring back Aaron Rodgers at the draft, and then just it's like a WrestleMania thing. No, I was shocked. I was shocked it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no real comment for that. Yeah, I don't think that was ever the plan. I heard some talk about that. I knew that wasn't happening though. But yeah, no. So, all right.
I got a comment though.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, not a question, but a comment, man. That Drew Aller pick, man, kind of scared me a little bit though, because it put me in mind of Ben Roethlisberger. I'm not sure who Ben Roethlisberger was a fan of when he was a kid, but Drew Aller was, a Browns fan, and now he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And then I just had visions, man, of him in 3 years being the starting quarterback for y'all and owning the Browns. I just don't want that to happen like it did with Big Ben, and it just scared me, man.
He'll be the starting quarterback sooner than 3 years, 13 games.
Think so?
The Drew Aller pick, I mean, I like, and I've said this on podcasts this week, I get it why they took him at 76. They wanted to make sure they got him. He was McCarthy's guy. McCarthy likes him. McCarthy has since the draft said, I believe yesterday or today, that he likes the pick. He still likes Will Howard. He wants to have the most competitive young quarterback room that he can. So I think he believes in competition. He likes in the AFC North. McCarthy likes the taller, bigger quarterbacks with the big hands and played in cold weather spots and stuff. So he likes that. So I mean, it'll be a competition. Though Drew Aller has the advantage in that competition. Though I don't think he'll play at all this year, at least not in this season. I think he has upside because he's one, McCarthy's guy, two, he's a third-round pick. So, and I think that. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that part yet, Lamar, because he got to develop. I still think he's this full season away. But and I'm expecting when Aaron Rodgers comes back, I expect Will Howard to beat out Mason Rudolph. So those two guys will get to sit under and watch Aaron Rodgers for another year, Will Howard for a second year. I think that's beneficial. And then we'll see what them guys have this year and practice stuff. They don't know next year if they need to go ahead and try and make the move to draft a quarterback.
Congrats on finally drafting the quarterback of the future, though. I want to give kudos because I've been saying y'all need to do it for the longest. I'm happy you finally did that. Happy you all finally did that. And 4-point game.
I think was the best, the quarterback they wanted, right? I mean, they weren't going to get Ty Simpson in the first. The quarterback that went before him was Beck. Let's talk about Beck. I didn't want Beck. I just didn't want Aller at that pick in the third. But I like the potential. I like the traits. I think Will Howard has better attributes, better moxie, better pocket presence, better leadership. But if they can, as far as the traits, Drew Aller is a guy. So arm strength, mobility, get out the pocket. He was a lifelong Cleveland Brown fan. He's up there from Medina, Ohio. So I certainly get that aspect of it too. I think it's hard for him to go to the Steelers, but now difficult for him to go to the Steelers. But yeah, he's there now. But so yeah, anybody in the live chat ask any questions about the draft? Comment.
I got one.
Go ahead, B-Dirt.
So I've been looking at it as favorite, least favorite draft pick. I know that we were on the know-it-alls. I watched you guys crash out a little bit about Max and Drew Aller. But my favorite pick was sandwiched in between them with Jeremy Bernard. My least favorite pick for you guys was actually Caden Wetchen. Basically a return specialist from Iowa, which I thought was odd. What do you think? What was your favorite and least favorite pick?
My favorite pick, because you saw us crash out about the Max Hennichur. I've come around on that. I did a podcast earlier this week, and the title was basically like, this shit could actually work if things go a certain way, right? If Hennichur can start at right tackle, that'll work. And you move 5 times, we play left tackle in college, left tackle, that can work. Because we got Jerry Bernard. But my favorite pick, and because of the value buy of it all, is Jennings Dunker. He's a big physical redhead mullet guy. That's a Pittsburgher. Pittsburgh's gonna love him, right? I mean, red mullet, big, mean guy. You know what I mean? Offensive guard. He's gonna move to guard. He played guard most of his career, but he moved out to tackle in Iowa, similar to what Lamar said about one of their picks having to move to tackle to the opposite tackle. So he was able to move, and Iowa had the best line in the country last year. But in the mocks leading up to it, he was going anywhere from the mid-50s to the early 60s, and we got him in 96. So I think from a value buy prospect, I like that the best. My least favorite pick would probably be I think I don't like the Wetjen pick where they got him at Caleb Wetjen, right? Wetjen. But I think he has a role. He'll be kickoff and punt returner. And I think he's Mike McCarthy's kind of like, he had the Cole Beasley and the Turpins and stuff. I think Omar kind of let Mike McCarthy lean into some of the offensive picks that they made and allow him to do that part of it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but I think it works. He has a role, but do we need to drive him to 4 round? That's a steal. Even some of the other players I like, but they reached. I mean, like Dalen Ever wasn't a reach, but I mean, the guys that were still on the board, they could have got, right? That's like you were broke that down, B-Dirt.
Yep.
That's the only thing. I think they're good players. It's just, I think they took them out at different spots. I wouldn't have. But I also know that year we talked about Detroit and talked about, ooh, they reached for that. But they got the guys they need. And those guys turned out too. So if it looks like that, I think it'll ultimately end up being okay.
I got one last Pittsburgh draft question. What was the name of that sandwich they was eating on stage on Thursday with the fries on it? What was the name of that?
Permani Brothers.
That's the Permani brother. Hey, Reese Davis was the only one that was a sport. Everybody else was like, nope, my heart can't handle that. Saban and the rest of them were like, no, I can't do that. I do want to try that if they have a vegan version.
Soft Italian bread, and it has fresh cut French fries. It has a vinegar-based slaw, and then whatever your meat is. I know Mike McCarthy was asked one time at a press conference what his favorite was, and it was cap with an egg, which is my order if I have to go there. I'm not a huge fan, but man, if you had a few soda pops the night before, you need some sodium. It works out nice.
Okay, yeah. Shout out Permani Brothers. It's a Pittsburgh staple. In Pittsburgh, they eat a lot of fries and eggs on their sandwiches, don't they, B-Dirt?
Yeah, and fries on sandwiches, fries on salads. Yeah, you get fries pretty much anywhere.
Okay, yeah. Well, fellas, Afton said it's hangover food, no doubt. Claude said it's called the Pittsburgher. Well, I'm sure they still make the Roethlisberger there.
The Pittsburgher at Permani Brothers, it's on the menu as the number 2 seller. The number 1 seller is beer. The number 2 seller being the Pittsburgher is like a chopped steak sandwich.
Okay, guys, man, great show. With that being said, we right just an hour and 1 minute into this thing, so that was good timing. We'll go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Anything going on with you guys? Pay over there in Frustrated Chicago.
Congratulations to Cleveland for breaking ground on their stadium today, or was it yesterday? One of these days.
Yesterday.
Something the Bears have not been able to do in 5 years. I hope you all don't have to. I hope the Haslams don't have to pay some money back on that, because I heard that that you have to make a certain amount of money. I think it was like $600 million or something like that.
Yeah, $600 million.
Yeah, if it has to make $600 million more than what you already have, or Jimmy has to fork over some money back to the state. It may not be the worst thing in the world, but yeah, congratulations to you guys on that. At Frustrated Chicago.
He paid D. Lillard all that money to go away. He don't care.
Yeah, I thought that was terrible how they did the groundbreaking. You know, like they had like a replica stadium, and they just dug. They wasn't even. They were inside of a building, and they just dug some sand and threw it on the field on the stadium. I was like, that's corny.
Well, when they announced it, didn't somebody fall in the water?
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know that happened last year. I don't know if it was the announcement of the stadium.
Oh,
but that's when they were showing their all brown uniforms and stuff with the new brown helmet. Yeah, but
Browns
somebody fell off the boat into the water.
Man.
Yeah, but Pay, go ahead. Frustrated Chicago. We got here.
Oh yeah, Frustrated Chicago. We're still doing some more draft talk, some more winners and losers and all that type of stuff. You also have we do have basketball Mondays and baseball Thursdays over in the show. Check us out, Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel, available on YouTube and anywhere you get podcasts.
B-Dirt.
Yeah, Running Through the Jungle on Wednesday evenings, 8 o'clock on the wonderful YouTube channel, and then we put it up wherever you get your podcast. Take a look at it. I don't think the Bengals are quite done yet, fellas. There's some chatter out there about restructuring Joe Burrow. There's some veteran linebacker help that I think would be nice for our team. So I mean, if I keep saying Bobby Wagner, I mean, I know he's 36, but he was one of the top 10 most productive linebackers last year. And I think just his presence in the locker room with two young guys would be good.
Kind of like I was saying backstage about Chris Paul to the Pistons. Go ahead.
Tie ball game. Chris Paul was not a top 10 point guard last year, though.
True.
Difference.
Bobby Wagner's not 40. Go ahead.
True. But yeah, so there's some cool stuff going on there, and man, I'm just excited. I mean, I'm watching playoff basketball right now. I do have one thing I want to say out there. If anybody's listening, has some connections high up at DraftKings, let me throw an idea out to you. If I lose the first 4 of my 5 bets on my parlay, I should be able to buy insurance like you do against an ace in blackjack. I can pay half of my bet to win my entire bet back. Give me 2-to-1 odds if I'm willing to throw some more money on after I go 0 for 4 that I might go 0 for 5. Just an idea for my parlay, because I feel like this whole thing is getting ready to blow up my face. Thank you. Cleveland Cavaliers, can you do something? Huh? Poke 'em with a stick. Can we do something? Let's go.
Blew a 24-point lead tonight.
Poof.
Boy, the Cavs are blowing 24-point lead.
Well, the magic, as they say, is very magic. Oh. Now you see it. Now you don't.
All right, the know-it-alls the rest of the weekend. On Sunday, the Sunday flagship, we're going to talk about what McCarthy's plan is, the Steelers, and some of the Cowboy stuff. And we're going to have our first foray into the NBA. Talk about the playoffs. Heard just talking about basketball just now. But NFL stuff, NFL talk, Steelers, Cowboys, the Will Howard, Drew Aller potential battle, all that stuff like that. That is Sunday. Obviously, the rest of the shows will be on next week. But Tate's Take is right. Know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Steelers will still be good whether Aaron Rodgers decides to show up or retire. Whatever it is, we better for. We might not win in as many games, but you find out more about your quarterback and you go from there. So those are 2 things we know are going to happen this coming week on the Know It Alls channel. But yeah, man, everybody, thanks for tapping in. Black Magic, Afton again, Steelers fan, everybody, Black Magic, everybody out here. Appreciate you guys for the homies on the Friday night. About to get out of here. Dirk, Pay, and Lamar, and myself. That being said, we out. See you guys next week. Peace.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Friday night. Yeah. You rolling with the homies. Sports talk with a twist. We keep it real only. Ain't talking that baloney. We speaking the facts. Sports news going on. We talking about that. Tank, Pay, and Dirt. We gon' bring the noise. Friday nights are better.